Hello and welcome to Alexandria, last regular season game of the season. I'm Tyler Lochte. He is David Lewis, and it's a battle between the top two teams in the Cal Ripken League this year. We're underway with a ball from John Downing. Kawashima swings and misses 1-1. Kawashima foul tips that one into the glove of catcher Max Kalk. One, two. Kawashima takes just high. Here on this sunny night in Alexandria, a game that was supposed to take place last night, but the rain had other plans. Taken outside there by Massa. And David, this is an interesting matchup because, yes, I know that the Aces, they have already clinched the 1 seed, but the Giants can tie them for the best record in this regular season with a win tonight.
Yeah, and, that tie is at the ever close margins. I mean, the last time the Giants played here, I believe, was that 9-8 loss where the Giants were firmly in control. They went up 8-5, and for some reason they just weren't able to get the job done. And then earlier in this season, on top of that, they have that 11-9 loss in 10 innings to the Aces. So two really close losses to this team, and either one of those games goes the other way, and this game would have been for the number 1 overall seed.
But still, to go from having the worst record in the entire league last year to this year having what would be the best record in the league if they can get a win tonight, unbelievable. But they are shorthanded. Just 10 position players have made the trip down south to Alexandria, and A.J. Martin is not one of them. He's on a school visit, and that will eliminate his chance to try to break the hit streak record in this league because he could not play yesterday.
And we're early in this game, but this is a fun matchup already between Downing and Robbins, both of them Seton Hall Pirates. So teammates going at it in just the second at-bat of the game.
This is definitely a fun matchup, and Downing definitely knows what Robbins is capable of, and Robbins gets a hit in the left. He said that he was going to get one in honor of A.J. Martin tonight, and he does just that. 2-1 for the Giants here in the first inning, David.
Yeah, really good stuff by Aiden Robbins there. First pitch he fouled off and knew that he didn't quite have the grip that he wanted on the bat, and that one he's able to just put past the shortstop, Jonathan Peltier, and into left field.
So now it's Brady Powell's turn.
And Downing comes into this game with 21 1/3 innings pitched. This is actually his first start of the season. He has 32 strikeouts to just 9 walks, 20 hits given up, riding a 3.37 ERA.
And he finds the zone there to Powell, 1-1. Barham White on deck for the Giants here in this first inning. Well, 1. Powell fouls it back. And he's got to protect now with 2 strikes.
And in Downing's last 2 appearances, he's given up 6 out of his 8 total earned runs on the season across 4 2/3. Other than that, he only gave up runs to the big train back on June 15th, but it's the July 13th and July 7th appearances that are boosting his ERA to now above 3 when it was at 1.8 after the June 30th appearance to the Senators. That was his last scoreless outing.
Good take there by Powell. 1-2 turns to 2-2, and again the Giants with 2-1 here in the first inning as they are knocking on the door, trying to take an early lead. John Downing trying to prevent that. Powell pops it up, right side, out of play.
That's a good job by Powell to get to that high pitch at 86, stay alive. Wouldn't have been the best pitch to drive, but doing a good job at getting a good barrel on it.
Just loving this lawn chair. I'm living large right now. Bouncer to third. Aces want two. There's one. Throw to first is not in time, and they're on the corners for Barham White. Good hustle there by Powell to prevent the double play, and now a ball to the outfield gives the Giants the lead regardless of if it's caught or not.
Yeah, really good hustle. He's earned that nickname of Mini Pekka. He's short, fast, and powerful. And you know, I say short, but we're the same height, so I can't really say he's that short.
I think that Barham White changed his mind in the middle of that swing. And you'd love to see him get on because you've got Jacob Bunch up next. He's got a smile on his face, and he put a few balls out during BP as he usually does. Doesn't have a roof to hit it on, though, today, like he did down in Southern Maryland. I'm sure that he's sad about that.
Well, it's funny because the Aces do a little pregame ritual or something like that. They were circled up. Bunch hits one right at them.
He almost killed half the Aces during warm-ups.
One of them screamed, and then he belts the next one over the fence.
Gets the bottom of the zone there against White. Coming in at 80. Giants dugout disagreeing.
Yeah, that one looked pretty low.
This is a great opportunity here for the Giants, but 2-1 in the first.
I would wager to say that Barham White definitely has a taller strike zone than Brady Powell.
Upstairs, runner goes. Powell is out. That's a great throw by Max Kalk. And there's two away. And now it has to be a base hit for Barham. Or the Giants will have a 0 here in the first. Well, when White has gotten his hits, they seem to have always been in big spots. Now will be a good time. Comes inside on him. Again, Giants short-handed tonight. They've only got 10 guys in the dugout. And the 9 that are wearing jerseys are playing. Will Burgess just hanging out. Barham White fouls that one off to stay alive. Some of the pitchers were volunteering their services earlier today because most of the team showed up late. I mean, it's the last game of the year. I'd like to see what they can do. You know, what if you got a guy in that pen that can really smack a ball? Then you got him for the playoffs. Never know. Barham White takes just high, and the count is full.
Really good take there. Just belt high for Barham White. Really good job to lay off that one and extend his at-bat.
Full count with 2 outs and a runner on third. And Barham White lifts it in the air right to second. Giants strand 1. And we will head to the bottom of the first here on the Giants Broadcast Network.
Giants nothing, Aces to hit. Team Tim Nicholson.
Welcome back. I'm Tyler Lochte. He is David Lewis. It's Pat Bauer on the mound tonight for the Giants. Tim Nicholson will start things off for the Aces at the plate, and he will take strike one. Pat loves that slow off-speed pitch. Likes to just drop it right into the bucket, into the zone. And that's hit hard to first. Gets through bunch. And Nicholson is safe at first. On an error.
Yeah, tough play for Bunch over at first base. Had to slide pretty quickly to get over and score up the baseball. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite get there in time.
Batting for the Aces, left fielder number 4, Sam Robertson.
So now Sam Robertson, he takes low.
And Bauer on the mound, you mentioned at 64 off speed. There he goes 84, but that one misses. Very dynamic pitcher.
Misses outside that time.
And we talked about how both Patrick and Jackson Bauer can quickly change their velocities. I mean, every pitch could have a difference of 20 miles an hour.
Another thing that Pat loves to do is what he just showed off right there. He loves to check to first. I remember last year he did it about 60 times in that game against the Big Train, but now the Giants backstops, they can all throw, and there's not as much need, is there, David?
No, there's not, but Bauer struggling early here to locate.
.30, you don't want to put 2 on with nobody out. It's got to be in the zone, and it is here to Sam Robertson.
Robertson, the highly recruited Auburn Tiger, is not playing shortstop tonight like he was recruited to play at Auburn.
And that's hit hard and into left, where Robertson is playing tonight. So 2 on here with nobody out. An error and now a single. And the Aces are already in business.
Now batting for the Aces, shortstop number 28, J.P. Altier.
It's a fire walk-up song. Love EDM, love club music. That was a fire walk-up song.
J.P. Peltier, the owner of said walk-up song. Well, you like his decision-making before he comes into the box. Now let's see what he can do while he's in it.
And for Bauer, I mean, the Aces were in this jam in the top of the first, and they were able to get out of it unscathed.
Runners go. Throw down. Good one, but just late. A good tag by Barham White at third, who's usually the one throwing. It's just the one steal by Nicholson. Well, it's something that the Aces love to do. They love to swipe bags. That's their first of the night. That's low. Throw down, gets into center. Nicholson will score into third base. Is Robertson, and it's 1-0 Aces on the second error of this game by the Giants.
Yeah, uncharacteristic errors for the Giants early in this one. Kind of reminds me of the first time the Giants were here this season.
Swing and miss there, though, for strike 3. Yeah, that's how the Giants lost a lot of their games earlier this year. It was when they would get down early. It was tough for them to climb out of big holes.
Number 35, Jamie Quinn Irons.
And the Giants are trying to break that trend before we start playoff time, because quite simply that cannot happen once the playoffs begin. 1-0. Foul tipped into the glove by Quinn Irons, and the count is even.
Yeah, so the first time the Giants were here in Alexandria, they fell to the Aces 10-3, which was the largest margin of victory in this series.
It's hit on the ground to third. White throws to first. His throw is in time, and there's 2 outs. Nice job by Barham White. He'll be the first to admit doesn't have the most experience at his position tonight, but
Now batting for the Aces, first
he makes
baseman number 40,
quick work
Ethan
of that.
Weiler.
And now it's Ethan Plyler's turn. Bases are empty. Neither team can move in the standings tonight. The playoff field is set. More on that throughout the night. This is hit high in the air, down the line. Brown long run, he's got it. Nice play by Jaded Brown in left. But 2-run score, and we will step away here on the Giants broadcast. I'm Tyler Lochte. He is David Lewis, and welcome back to Alexandria. New pitcher in. It's Josh Rivera, and it appears that the Aces are just going to have everybody kind of throw one and get them all ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, coming into this game, that's what you might think. Both these teams might give a few guys a couple looks. In terms of pitchers, the Giants, as you mentioned, shorthanded on the bench.
You don't want to go into the playoffs with cold arms.
Yeah,
I know.
no.
I mean, we saw what happened in the MLB, unfortunately. But all the teams that got the bye, it seemed like they were all doomed.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, though, in this league, the two teams that got the bye met in the championship. That was the Aces and the Big Train. Oh, 1 down low.
So Josh Rivera now on the mound from UMBC. Be a rising junior. This is his 8th appearance. He already has 1 start this season.
And Bunch will flare that into the glove of Plyler at first. Nice play, takes away a hit.
Now batting for
Yeah, so with Jeremiah Jenkins, former Giant and now former Ace, getting drafted by the San Francisco Giants in this past MLB draft. Plyler having to take over the first base duties.
Jaden Brown. Then Giants legend Casey Gibbs. Upstairs. Casey Gibbs, I know he was very happy that the game got rained out yesterday so he could work on some homework. It's always good to get ahead of your studies.
I was going to do homework today, and then Sammy said he couldn't make it today.
Oh, here we are. That was just before they engaged in a honking contest in the far corner of the parking lot. 2-1.
I have to ask, did you go to Raising Cane's after the last
100%.
Senators game?
The whole team was there.
Oh, yeah.
Brown gets a piece, 2-2. Let me think, who was there? It was Sammy and I, Aiden, Casey, Colin.
Yep, they were all
Aiden,
there last time.
I already said Aiden. Barham, AJ, and Mitch.
Okay. Yeah, Mitch was there too last time.
Yep. Good group of guys. That was a fun night. And a fun game before it. Giants left there 13-1 winners. 2-2. Brown gets just enough to stay alive. So the playoff matchups. Braves will travel to Bethesda. And then, how about this? Crop Dusters have to go to Southern Maryland.
Wolf.
Southern Maryland did not just squeak in. They got the 4 spot.
Yeah.
So big congrats to them. That's incredible. 2-2. Brown on the ground to first, and Plyler makes another great play.
Yeah, Brown unfortunately rolling over on that one. He was able to pull it 74 low in the zone, but just rolled over there and led to an easy ground ball for Plyler at first base.
Gibbs takes 1-0. It's tough to find your rhythm if there's a new pitcher out there every inning. But in this, the last game of the season, the negatives of having a new guy every inning are gone for a team in Alexandria that does not need to play again until the 21st of this month. 2-0. Gibbs takes 2-1. So if you're the Giants, I would think that you would want the Senators and the Braves to win. That would match up the Giants with the Senators. And if the Braves cannot win that game in Bethesda, Giants are playing the big train regardless of the winner between Crop Dusters and Senators. If the Braves win, it is the winner of the Senators and Crop Dusters who come to Gaithersburg. Gibbs on the ground to third. Snapped by Powell. He throws across in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Josh Rivera here on the Giants Broadcast Network.
The second.
Welcome back to Alexandria, just south of Crystal City, on what is becoming a beautiful day besides all the bugs in front of us. That's it well in the air to left. Coming in is Brown, and boy, does he always look so comfortable when he's in left field.
Yeah, it's just what I've noticed is that Jaden Brown, he always seems to get a pretty good read on everything, and, you know, the effort's there. He just makes it look so easy. I mean, it's crazy to me to watch that, and he just makes every play, maximum effort, make everything easy.
E.J. Hankerson out of Calvert Hall will stand in now. Always love to see Cardinals. He's also a Terp, so the best player in the world.
We've been down this road.
Any Syracuse guys in this league? No? Oh, okay.
I mean, if TJ would, you know, just give me one at bat, then yeah.
All you need is one.
I think I would be the first Syracuse player ever, because Syracuse has not had a baseball team since the 70s.
Bouncer in. So 2-2. I wonder why you guys got rid of it. I mean, I'm sure it had something to do with money, but that's a weird thing to do, especially during that era when, you know, baseball was as big as it was. Not to say it is not big now, but Barham White fields, throws. How about that? I think Barham White can play third. What a play that is.
Next catcher on the ball stage, number 30, Max Hall.
Oh, what a look. What a look this guy has with the top 3 buttons unbuttoned, walking out to Glorilla. You know, this guy's a proper player. I love everything about that from Max Kalk. Kalk takes. I like that too. And he's got the white tape with the white gloves, man. This guy's winning a lot of points with me right now.
Great player-by-player setup.
Popped it up. Barham White, he wants it. McNally calls, McNally catches. And what a response of an inning that is from Bauer. We will head to the top of the third here at the Giants Broadcast Network.
Number 45, Ethan McNally.
So from one catcher to end the bottom half of the last inning to another to start this third. Ethan McNally stands in. Seen a lot of Barham White, it seems, behind the plate, but McNally, when he has played, I feel like he's come through in a few big spots. 1-0. Drives this one high in the air and off of the light pole, out of play for foul ball, but good piece there. Just want to keep it fair. 1-1. Comes upstairs for McNally. Layden Lackey up next, and then the lineup flips over. McNally into center. I get him confused now. I just was thinking catcher, catcher, catcher. But McNally, a great hitter.
I mean, McNally is one of the first catchers that I've watched wear the number 40, or number in the 40s, I should say. He's 45, so it's kind of hard to forget. I have some friends who are real sticklers about numbers in all sports.
I am, but at the same time, like, I think it's funny when you're a contrarian about it. First pitch to Lackey, he takes ball one. I have a lineman in my NCAA save.
Oh, God.
That wears number 4.
Stop. That's gross.
You like that?
Like maybe a receiving tight end,
Nope.
but oh.
He's my right guard. 1-1 coming in here to Lackey. Lackey pops up and out of play. Layden Lackey trying to get on for Kawashima, who's in the on-deck circle right in front of us, rocking his new Nike shoes. I know he hates them, but they look good. 1-2 is high.
And Layden Lackey, the Clemson Tiger. I wonder if, unlike Dabo Sweeney, he was able to get any transfers if he's playing NCAA 25.
2-2 to Lackey takes. And Layden Lackey working a nice long at-bat here to allow the guys at the top of the lineup to really see what Rivera has.
That's what Lackey's been doing all year. Patient at-bats, staying with the pitcher, seeing what he's got.
Lackey gets enough of it there to earn another pitch. And the switch hitter has played such a good center for the Giants this year. He's also had some big swings as well, including a grand slam earlier this year. First home run by any Giant this season. Here's a check on first. It gets away. McNally's going to take off. And he gets to second. He thought about going to third, but I think he's content with an extra base. And there's a runner in scoring position now for the Giants. Heads up play there by Ethan McNally to turn on the Jets as soon as that ball gets away, David.
Yeah, I mean, all these Giants catchers have a great deal of speed, and McNally there keeping his head up, staying aggressive.
So Layden Lackey still at the plate. Runner on second base. Full count. Lackey takes. Ball 4. What a great at-bat by Layden Lackey.
And Layden Lackey, despite hitting just 186 coming into this game, that's now 17 walks for him. He's finding a way on base.
His on-base percentage is a heck of a lot higher than that. He's had a productive summer. Kawashima takes high. And Masa's trying to load him up for Aiden Robbins. He's no longer the tribal chief, but anytime he steps up, you know, a ball could go a long way. Not that he tries to hit him out, though. That's what he said, at least. I don't know if I buy it. 1-1. outside. Excuse me. 1-0 now, 2-0.
So, I mean, by that definition, does he just, casually just hit him
That's
over
what
the
he
fence?
says. He says if he tries to hit them out, then they don't go very far. But I don't know how you can hit him as far as he does without trying.
87 right up the gut. Rivera needing to find his stuff again after the walk to Lackey. Then went down 2-0 to Kawashima.
Yeah, Massa not in a hurry to swing there. Right now, he tries to bunt, bunts it foul. Can't try that again with 2 strikes. He's been a very good bunter this season for the Giants. He's gotten a few hits out of it, moved guys over when he's had to.
Yeah, I believe it's 4 or 5 of his 11 hits total have been off of a bunt.
But he's also got a homer, so a lot that Massa can do at the dish. 2-2. And Kawashima is down on strikes.
Yeah, 86 right down the middle. Rivera knew that he could switch up the speed there and the location. Was able to do that for the first out of the inning.
And what a big spot this is for Aiden Robbins with 2 on. He is tied with A.J. Martin, who's not here to defend himself, and homers and RBI. Robbins would love to lead this team in both of those categories, and let's see if he can come through right here. 26 RBI for both, 5 homers. Robbins, bouncer, there's one. Throw to first is in time. A great play by the Aces. And the Giants get 2 on and neither come home. We will head to the bottom of the third here at the Giants Broadcast Network.
Runs on 1 hit and 1 left.
Yeah. Welcome back to Alexandria. I'm Tyler Lochte. He is David Lewis. And David, Giants have had a lot of chances, but they have not been able to cash in.
Yeah, 4 total base runners now, and, 5 total base runners. None of them have come around to score. But, I mean, the game still remains close, and it's early.
Yeah, 2-0 game. Bauer worked a scoreless frame in the bottom of the second. Looking to hold the score right here. Yet again. And Powell hits it high to center. Lackey, simple catch. 1 out. How about that positioning by Leighton Lackey? Did not even budge.
Yeah, they got a nice read on it and just put his foot in the ground, put his glove up, made the catch. And Patrick Bowers finding a groove. He had a 5-pitch bottom of the second inning, and right there gets the first out on 2 pitches. So 4 outs, 7 pitches in a row now for Bauer.
And he gets a strike here to Tim Nicholson. Remember, he reached on the air by bunch. And Bauer pitching with confidence right now, as you said, as he gets a foul ball there. Oh, look at it! Hit the Aces bat boy in the hand.
I hope it didn't hit the bat boy in the hand. I thought it hit maybe the
I think
concrete.
yeah, look, he's still holding his hand.
Oh, God.
It took a few bounces, though. I mean, it wasn't crushed. Well, it was 82 off the bat.
Yeah.
Never mind. I hope he's okay, little fella. Oh, he's still holding it. Let's get a trainer to take a look. There we go. That's what we need. 1-2. Oh, look out. Nicholson ducks. Count is even. Can somebody get the little guy some ice? Come on now. 2-2. Bauer goes for the slow off-speed pitch. Doesn't find his spot, and it's a full count here to number 13 in dark blue. Well, they're both wearing dark blue. Ball 4. Just misses outside. A 1-out walk, the first base runner since this man, Sam Robertson, reached on a single, the second hitter in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, the 2 runs that the Aces have, all self-inflicted wounds by the Giants.
That will miss low and away. So it was a streak of 7 up, 7 down for Bauer after seeing 2 men reach the first 2. Both scored after errors. That's a strike.
Yeah, that full count walk to Nicholson just now, that was more pitches in that single at bat than Bauer threw the entirety of that bottom of the second inning.
Popped up, out of play. So another 2-strike count here for Pat. So jarring to go from Regency to this. I mean, we had a fridge, David. We had a fridge.
I know. That was when I was there, that was the first thing I checked. I opened the fridge immediately, and
There was a Coke in there when we were there,
What?
and Aiden Robbins took it for himself. He enjoyed it. 1-2. Popped up. Center field. Kawashima, shortstop, calls on his back foot. And there's 2 outs. That play is easier said than done. If you're a shortstop having to backpedal and you got to change from dirt to grass to make the play.
Yeah, luckily for Kawashima there, the ball hung up, allowed him to adjust properly. Sometimes those don't hang up for as long, and then they go right into that Bermuda's triangle of second base, shortstop, and center fielders.
Popped up again. This time right side. This time Powell. He's got it. Another good inning for Pat Bauer. He's keeping the Giants in this game. 2-0 to the hosts when we come back for the 4th.
for the Giants, second baseman number 19, Brady Powell.
So now we've got Brady Powell, whose catch ended the bottom half of the third. He will now bat to start off this fourth inning. Giants down 2-0 here from Alexandria. He takes outside 1-0, and up next we've got, that can't be right, let me check my notes here. Third baseman, Barham White. No, he's very proud of his third base. 1-0, that misses outside. And look at that, the catcher instinct's taken over as he goes to run down that ball.
Miles Kessler now on the mound for the Aces.
Giants remember him very well.
Yeah, faced 8 batters back on June 16th. That was the loss in the 10th inning, 11-9 to the Aces. But in that 1 1/3 outing for Kessler, he gave up 1 earned run, 2 hits, and a walk. He started off pretty well and then loaded up the bases, which allowed the Giants to claw their way back into that one.
I remember, it feels like he gave up more than just one, but
Yeah, I'm not.
I guess not.
I don't know. Maybe it was just. Maybe the runs weren't attributed correctly.
Powell pops left side into the glove of Jonathan Peltier. Now it's Barham White.
Yeah, Michael Powell there at third base for the Aces looked up and just shrugged because that went over his shoulder, and then he immediately had to look into the sun to try and find it and couldn't. And luckily for the Aces, Peltier was able to see it off the bat.
White takes right down the pipe. Coming in at 68.
Yeah, Kessler, not the biggest speed guy. He has an interesting sidearm release as a lefty. Actually, I wouldn't actually call that sidearm, but it's very low, pretty low, over the overhand arm angle.
0-2. Upstairs to White. Can Barham White give the Giants a spark here with 1 out? Miles Kessler has only thrown in 4 games all summer. White is down on strikes.
Yeah, I'm a little disheartened that Tyler DiMartino's not in the lineup tonight for the Giants, or else we would have gotten Whitman Viking versus BCC Barron, that high school rivalry that I remember fondly.
Go Dogs. Oh wait, no, that's Churchill. Never
Yeah,
mind.
no. Oh, no.
Man, I was just way off. It's on the ground, a short, fielded cleanly by Peltier. How about the infield defense by the Aces through 4? We will step away. Bottom of the 4th coming up 2-0 to the Aces. Yeah. Welcome back to Alexandria. I'm Tyler Lochte. He is David Lewis. New pitcher Nate Farmer.
Yeah, Nate making his 10th appearance of the season. The big issue for him, 8 strikeouts to 17 walks. He's looking to fix that here. I mean, it was his last appearance against the Crop Dusters. Just went 2/3 of an inning, giving up 4 runs, 3 of them earned on 3 hits, 3 walks, 8 batters faced. So, looking to turn it around in game 36 of 36.
Farmer always here, though. This is a guy who shows up.
Yeah, he certainly does. And I mean, him and Jai Sample, I think, are the pitchers with the most training equipment.
Yes. That's a astute observation there, David. I completely agree.
I mean, last year,
Well, Nate's got his like balance or big
Yeah.
pole. Like, he's got 2 poles that he carries around, and then Jai's got that ball of water that he carries.
yeah. And then there's one game where Farmer had like 3 meals in a bag for the bullpen.
That's awesome. Swing and miss there. As somebody in the crowd said something really funny to our left. Sure, that laugh got picked up. It was a hearty har. That's what that was.
Speaking of warm-up equipment, I remember Noah Lieb's famous
yeah.
medicine ball,
Yes.
massive medicine ball from last year.
Crowded is when it's real hot.
Just outside there from Farmer at 82. You start saying names from guys from last year, especially that bullpen. Man,
Zach Tukas signed undrafted to the Phillies.
really?
Yep. Yeah.
Huh.
Giant from last year.
All right. Anybody else?
I don't believe so.
Full count. Outside. And for Farmer, the walk trouble shows up now.
Yeah, it's now his 18th walk.
First baseman of the College of Charleston.
I mean, fortunately
Ethan
for Farmer, he's got a defense that can make the double play.
Yes,
so
he
we'll
does.
see here. I mean, you just got to attack this Aces lineup. I mean, they might be taking their foot off the gas a little bit, it may seem, but this roster that they put out for today is just as powerful as anyone that they could roll out for the playoffs.
I mean, they just have so many guys. Embarrassment of riches for them to train. And under the radar, the Giants have that as well, where we've seen so many different lineups, so many different guys that have come through at least once, contributing to the team's first ever division title. 2-0. That's crushed. To left, it falls in. Brown fields and throws in. It's just a single because he got to that ball so quick, but there's now 2 on for the Aces.
Left the bat at 100 miles an hour. It's a really good job by Ethan Plyler. And Plyler comes into this game as the team leader in batting average among active Aces. Nate Wingenroth is technically top in average, but he is no longer with the Aces. So Plyler, that was now his 35th hit of the season, and that's 4th best on the Aces.
0-1. Here to Harity. Appears like he's going to try to bunt here and move the runners over. Farmer trying to just start with finding the zone. Bunt is down. Bunt is fair. And bunt is dropped. Bunch could not make the play. And they're loaded. He had to be quick picking it up and making the tag, and he was not.
Yeah, there was going to be a split-second decision there from Jacob Bunch, whether to quickly pick it up and tag the runner as he's running by you, or pick it up a little slower and then try and make the throw to second base as long as Powell is covering, which he was. So right there, now the third error for the Giants in this game.
Now it's E.J. Hankerson. He takes Hine away. Nobody out. Aces really can break this thing open now. Here in the last regular season game this year. One 0. 2-0 now, and if Farmer does not start finding the zone, then the Aces can walk in a run. He gets a swing there by Hankerson. You can't pitch around him. Nowhere for EJ to go with them loaded here. Two-one is outside. Another ball makes this 3-0.
Hankerson, 8 walks on this season thus far. This is his 17th game, and what if I told you that the Aces on the roster, every ace that's played 15 games or more is batting over 190. I mean,
That's not bad.
that's a lot of contributors.
Because, I mean, that's a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Full count to Hankerson. Outside, 3-0. And Vinny Composa's going to go out and have a chat with Dave Farmer.
Yeah, Farmer was put into this game to try and, find a way back to his form earlier this season, and thus far hasn't been able to do that. It was the back-to-back outings June 6th and June 8th against the Grays and the Aces, where Farmer went scoreless, just giving up 3 hits across 8 batters faced across those 2 outings.
He's actually pitched really well against specifically the Aces this year. In both appearances, he has gone a combined 2 2/3 coming into tonight. He's given up 3 hits and no runs.
Actually, this is kind of interesting now that I'm looking at it. This is his 4th appearance against the Aces.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. He gave one up on June 26th. I don't know why I didn't see that. But
1 run coming into this game across 3 2/3 against the Aces offense. It's pretty good for Nathan Farmer.
he's having some trouble here. That's hit softly to short. Kawashima throws across in time, but a run scores on an RBI ground out by Max Kalk.
Batting for the Aces, third baseman number 27, Michael Powell.
Michael Powell in his 17th game now, came into this one batting .277, flew out to Lackey in center last time up.
Already on third. That would be an unearned run if he comes across. Now back, 1-1.
Sun finally behind some clouds.
Ah,
I mean, when I checked the weather today and it said it was going to be in the 80s all day, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I remember the...
were you jumping for joy?
Oh, yeah. Because it's been like a
Yeah.
month
I think
straight.
it was 100 the other
90s.
day.
Yeah.
Day the Giants head off, thankfully. 1-1, and that's ripped into center. That'll score 1. That'll score 2. Michael Powell comes through. 6-0 to the hosts.
Now batting for the Aces, right fielder number 13, Tim Nicholson.
Now it's Tim Nicholson. And there's just 1 out
Yeah,
here in this inning.
it's a really good job by Michael Powell to get to that pitch and able to drive it back up into center field. And if you load the bases against the Aces, they're going to make you pay.
Outside. That's hit hard down the first base line and foul. 1-1. Well, after 2 years calling these games, if this is indeed the last one, something seems fitting about the way this game is going. And either way, if the Giants come back, it'll be fitting. If they can, it is as well.
I mean, it's early in this game. It's
Oh
just
no,
the
I'm
fourth
not.
inning.
I'm not ruling them out. I'm just saying the way the game is going.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Remember, they were down 9-2 against the Aces just this year and came back to tie that game. 2-1. Outside. But if you're Farmer, you need to try your best right now to keep it at 6 after the hosts have already plated 4 runs in this 4th inning. Looking for more. With their leadoff man at bat, he takes, and their leadoff man is on first.
Yeah, so as I mentioned when Farmer was warming up to start off this inning, walks have been a big issue, and in this inning alone, that's now 3.
Now it's Sam Robertson. If the Aces just could have lost 1 more, or that's ripped up the middle, that's a base hit. That is going to score another run, and it's 7-0 to the Aces. And I was just about to say that if the Giants could have won one more game coming into this, and if the Aces could have lost 1 more, if either one would have happened, this game would have been for the regular season championship. Instead, it is for nothing. For confidence, I guess, maybe going into the playoffs, but that's it.
I mean, this game is a big mental checkpoint for these two teams. I mean, if you come out on top of this in this game, you feel good. You know who you can trust heading into the playoffs. Again, they both have first-round byes, but just the ability to know what you've got, know who you can rely on, even in tight situations. I mean, this is a last-second audition for some of these guys.
The Aces are the only team that the Giants have not beaten multiple times this season. They beat them once. I believe you and Sammy were on the call for that one.
Yep, 11-7. That was Andrew Hollub's debut. He went yard and second at bat.
This ball's hit well in the air, right center field, and that one's off the wall. That will score another one. A play at third base gets away. And this game is broken wide open into third base. Goes Jonathan Peltier. 9-0 Aces.
50-50 last call.
Yeah, 91 off the bat. It was thrown 77 middle low. And an experienced bat like Peltier is going to get to that pitch. Peltier came into this game the team leader in walks with 32. Right there showing that it doesn't matter if you give him a pitch to hit, he's going to drive it.
Big swing and miss there by Jamie Quinn Irons. Quinn Irons led off this inning with a walk. And he fouls it back. Upstairs on Quinn Irons. Well, this inning has gone from bad to worse for Gaithersburg. The runners on third base. Swing and miss there, though. 2 outs.
Batting for the Aces, first baseman number 40, Ethan Lyler.
Now Ethan Plyler will bat for the second time in this inning. He had a single his first time up. Aces looking to plate their 10th run of this game. There's a strike.
Yeah, 10th run of the game, and if Peltier can come home, then it'll be 8 out of 9 Aces would have scored, so it's a full team effort here in this one.
Swing and miss there. Comes in at 87. And Farmer and the Giants are now a strike away from ending this bottom half of the fourth. Oh, 2. Just outside. So 1-2 count. Upstairs. And again, Farmer agonizingly close to ending this inning. 2 strikes on the board. He got him. Not before the Aces get 7 runs here in the fourth. We'll be back here on the Giants Broadcast Network.
Tyler.
Welcome back to Alexandria. Giants with some work to do. Down 9-0, but again, they were down 9-2 to the Aces earlier this year. Came back and won that game. And also, this game doesn't matter, so the Giants don't have anything to lose. They could just play for fun at this point. And, I mean, hey, that worked out against the Senators. Maybe Giants can find a spark here. Bouncer by Brown to third, and this Aces infield, they know how to defend. That's another great play by Peltier.
Yeah, great play by Peltier. Miles Kessler back on the mound for the Aces. And, I mean, this was around the last time that Kessler was out against the Giants that the Giants were able to get to him. So they need base runners in order to remain competitive in this one.
Kessler just needs to throw strikes. Well, no. There's one. Giants have picked a good time in terms of a game they do not need to win to go down early. I mean, we have not seen this from them in a good while. You just need to cut this before the playoffs start. Game 1 Sunday night in Gaithersburg.
Yeah, I think the new mentality should be, the rest of this game is 0-0. You completely forget the bottom of the fourth and you focus on the rest of this game and use that as a way to propel yourself into the playoffs.
It doesn't matter what happened in the regular season. When you get to the playoffs, it's a new season that begins there. Full count. Ball 4. Gibbs with the flip, and he's off to first base.
That's exactly what the Giants need to do. Patient at bats. Let Kessler, pitch to them. See what he has to offer. They got to it last time, and if they can square a few up, they can find their way back into this one.
That ball is hit foul. What a play by Quinn Irons. Running that one down, but the Giants have only won 2 playoff games in their history, both of which were wild card games. So any win in the LCS would be the biggest win in the history of the team in the playoffs. You can make an argument that win over Bethesda was bigger as it won them their first ever division crown and was essentially a playoff win as well, all rolled into one because it gave them a bye. But something big about the playoffs. Gets away, Gibbs into second. And if you're the Giants, no matter who you play, whether it's the Braves or the Big Train, or the Senators as well, or the Crop Dusters, honestly, you could play. The only team that you could not play is the Braves, now that I think about it. Never mind. All over the place here. 1-2, McNally fouls it back again. Good catch by Lackey in front of us. But whether it's the Crop, Senators, or Big Train, if you're the Giants, you will have the advantage. A, home field advantage, and B, pitchers have to be used. I mean, it's win or go home in the wild card. And so all those teams have to throw their best arms or else their season is over. Unless if the Big Train want to try to risk it and save their best arms and think that they can win without them, which they very well may be able to do, but I don't know if you want to take the chance if you're Sal Colangelo failing to make the CS would be a failure for them.
Yeah, and I mean, for the Big Train at least, if your bullpen gets as low as it does to have your concessions manager step up, I mean, he was electric when
He's
we
been
saw
phenomenal.
him. But I mean, to get to a point where you need that to happen, you know, it's going to be kind of tough to save your bullpen.
It's popped up and caught by the second baseman, Harity. And you're right, David. That's an interesting. I didn't even think about it like that, but so many arms have left the big train that they have to use their concessions manager, who was just trying to take the summer off, and he's become one of their best bullpen pitchers.
Yeah.
There's still a handful of guys that can do the job, but the big train are a team that has a ton of innings limits, and I think they've just gotten very lucky in the playoffs these last few years, whether it be against the Aces in the championship last time out or whoever they've played before. Other teams just cannot keep up with the firepower that they already have. And the Giants, who have beaten them 4 times this year, I think that they can.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, just going back to my point, I mean, it worked out for the big train in the sense that they now have a new bullpen arm, but the fact that you had to go to, you know, what a lot of people consider an emergency. We've seen, you know, emergency goalies in hockey and other things like that, where guys who have very minimal experience at that certain level will get an opportunity.
But Kit did play for the Braves last summer, but, I mean, first of all, the jump from Braves to train is a big one. And I think that's what's going to fuel the Braves, what a win that would be, by the way, if they can find a way. Lackey swings and misses, full count. But, I mean, the Braves are, I would say, our closest team in terms of teams I dislike the least. They're top of the list, in my opinion. They're my second favorite team, regardless of the fact they're playing the train. Lackey gets a piece. It's foul.
I mean, just what's interesting to me is how chippy the T-Bolts games got this year. I mean, every single one, there was just so much chirping involved.
Full count. Lackey swings and misses. The throw to first is in time. And we will head to the bottom of the 5th. Giants still down 9-0.
Second baseman out of
All right.
Western Michigan, number 11, Brendan Harity.
Brendan Harity steps in. Mitch Bramsway, Money Mitch on the mound. A little bit of yeet there. Harity swings the first pitch, pops it up right side. Powell, he's got it. That's a good start for Bramsway, who only needs one pitch to get one out.
Yeah, really good start for Money Mitch, as you call him, or maybe Workhorse Mitch. This is his 13th appearance this season.
Busy Mitch.
Yeah.
Busy Bramsway.
Yeah. It's now 16 innings pitched with that first out, pop out of Harity. 15 strikeouts, 8 walks, 15 hits given up. His whip now sitting at about 1.45.
His ERA absolutely inflated.
Yeah, it's mostly...
Seems like there's been maybe 2 bad outings for him all year.
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, really just the one against the Aces. They gave up 4 in an inning and a third.
Yeah, back on July 5th in the 11-7 lone win against the Aces thus far.
That's a strike. Selfishly, I wouldn't mind if we played against the Aces in the championship for the sole reason of they don't broadcast their games, which is insane.
Well,
they have a radio broadcast, but they don't have any video. Bramsway with punch out there of E.J. Hankers. But
yeah, they do their
that would be it.
Yeah, they do their streaming on
Mixler.
On Mixler or Game Changer?
I think it's Mixler.
I see.
So we would be your home for that. Down low to Max Kalk.
Kalk, the only ace not to reach base tonight. He does have an RBI. His last time up was a sacrifice hit.
Two up. Popped up off the end of the bat. Brown coming in. Brown sliding to make the catch. That was smooth and left from Jaden Brown. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Money Mitch. We will step away. Here are the Giants broadcast now.
Eddie Fry.
Eddie Fry in the game. Well, Will Burgess joining us soon. He's got to watch his boy pitch, though, first.
Yeah, both of them most recently playing college ball at Montgomery County Community College. So, as Burgess put it, had to watch his boy pitch as Eddie Fry, the rising 6-foot sophomore, hometown guy from Alexandria, making his second appearance of the season, has just pitched 2/3, both outs, strikeouts.
And the Aces, they're having a very similar problem, it seems, to the Train, in that a lot of their guys, not just arms, but guys in general, have left. So they've got to find new guys, and Eddie Fry is one of them. He has pitched in just one game, that was on July 16th, and he struck out both guys that he faced, so take that. 100% strikeout rate. Kawashima looking to avoid that fate. He'll swing and miss there, the ball in the dirt.
Kawashima 0 for 1, walked his first time up, was able to get all the way to third in the top of the first inning, but unable to score. And then struck out in the top of the third.
On the ground by Masa. To second, it gets through. And Kawashima's off for second base. He's in there safe. Could that be the spark for the Giants? And Kawashima, with great hustle there to take an extra bag after the error.
Yeah, great hustle. The ball went off of the second baseman Harity's glove. He had a long way to go to try and make the play. And then it slowed down off of Harity's glove and also in the outfield grass, and that's heads up by Kawashima to know that the right fielder there, Nicholson, was not going to be able to charge that in time.
Now Aiden Robbins is looking to become the team leader in RBI this season if he can bring Mopsa home. AJ is tied with him at 26. They're also tied for 5 home runs. Is not here to defend himself. He's on a visit right now. Robbins takes, and he might like to have that one back at 84, but AJ was more upset than anybody else yesterday at the rainout. He could have played.
Yeah.
And he could have had a chance to break the hit streak record. Robbins gets through into left. And he will lead this team in RBI. He's looking for a double, and he's got it standing. Giants on the board. It's 9-1. And that's how you take advantage of a mistake.
Yeah, that's exactly how you take advantage of his mistake. Mistake in the field by Harity, but also a mistake on the mound by Fry. 74 middle to Aiden Robbins, and he did a great job at pulling that one. 93. Didn't get a great launch angle on it, but I mean, he hit it hard enough to get past the third baseman, Michael Powell.
Robbins has his second hit tonight, and he leads the team as Powell hits this hard and in the left. Robbins will just move up 1. No need to get over-aggressive right now in a 9-1 game, but with nobody out, how about this for the Giants?
Yeah, that one leaving the bat at 101. It was a lot faster than the pitch that Robbins got. This one at 83, but in a very similar spot.
And now it's Barham White. Giants can get right back into this game if the bats can keep what they're doing. White fouls it back, and he wants that one back. 73, just below that middle square. And he knew that that was a ball he really could have pieced. And now it's 0-2. Giants will have their chances against this guy, it seems. Barham's got to protect. He hits it on the ground. There's one. Throw to first is in time. Another run scores, but a double play more important at this point in the game. It's 9-2.
Now batting for the Giants. First baseman number 44, Jacob Bunch.
It's now the second double play turned by this Aces infield, and as you mentioned, the Aces were putting on a really good clinic of how to play defensive infield.
Bunch pops it up. He just got under it. Hankerson comes in, makes the play, but the Giants get 2 back. And we will head to the bottom of the 6th. 9-2 to the hosts.
Come back.
Welcome back to Alexandria. I'm Tyler Lochte. He's David Lewis.
Now batting for the
And
Aces,
the
third baseman
Giants are down 9-2.
Michael Powell.
It's Michael Powell who had that huge 2-run single. Who will face Mitchell Bramsway.
Bramsway went 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the 5th.
He will find the zone there, and this is a guy in Bramsway that is trying to fight for playoff innings, and I think he's going to get them. With
Yeah.
how he's been throwing the ball for the Giants this year. It's outside. It's that game 2. I think that's where the pitching for the Giants is going to matter most, because, or maybe, well, yeah, because if you use guys back-to-back days, you doubt that you would see them in game 2 if you're the other team.
Well, I mean, you say that, but the guy on the mound in Bramsway pitched on July 1st and July 2nd, where he went 1 inning in both those outings, giving up just 1 hit.
Well, right. No, that's what I'm saying, where you could pitch on back-to-back days, but you can't pitch in 3 in a row. So it's game 2
Okay.
where the other team's pen may not be as strong.
I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And that is ripped into the glove of Massa. Nice play. Bramsway has retired all 4 men he's faced.
Really good job by Kawashima at short. Well-timed jump. Made the play look easy, but that play's all about timing, and a really good job by the Giants shortstop.
That's an elite walk-up song. What I do, act most stupidly. One of my favorite lyrics. I can relate to that lyric. Want to know? I think if the Giants can just win game 1 of the CS, they'd be in a fantastic spot. If they lose game 1, things are looking down. And the last time the Giants played in the CS, they were awfully close to winning game 1. They dropped it. Then they were out. That's lifted into right. Robbins with a little hop, he's got it. And Tim Nicholson is retired as he lines out to his position, right field.
And that's actually the first time Tim Nicholson's retired. He was 0 for 1 coming into this at bat. He reached on an error, came around to score, walked 2 times in a row, and came around to score on one of those walks. So for the first time, the Aces' one hitter is retired. Robertson there going golfing like he's in the sand bunker.
So too, what an opportunity this is for Bramsway. He got him. That is 2 phenomenal innings from Mitchell Bramsway, and he has held the Aces in check. We will step away here on the Giants Broadcast Network.
Leading off for the Giants, left fielder number 8, Jaden Brown.
Jaden Brown, who made a phenomenal catch in left field, is now going to try to attack at the plate. We got Casey Gibbs in front of us now. Casey's never joined the broadcast in his 2 years. He must hate us. I don't know what we did to him. As Brown takes a strike. And if Jaden Brown could get on here, things might start to get a little bit interesting. Again, remember, the Giants were down 9-2 against the Aces earlier this year, and they did come back to tie that game. Just takes a few knocks in a row to get a team like the Giants back in it.
Yeah,
Can't count them out.
Still Eddie Fry on the mound for the Aces, and not any serious action in the Aces bullpen.
They want to try to get some length from Fry right now.
Yeah, they're just having a good time over there.
Brown gets a piece. It's towards his dugout. White takes sign away. And as, again, Casey stands in front of us, I feel like the funniest moment this year was when Barham White joined us. And he said that Casey Gibbs is the most Southern player on the team besides himself, which is pretty funny because isn't Leighton Lackey from Georgia?
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Big shout out for Barham White, which is the biggest of shout outs that Barham could ever give. Full count. Swing and miss. Now we will see Casey hit.
Now back to the Giants' designated hitter number 18, Casey
Gibbs 0 for 1 tonight. Walked his last time up, got to second on a wild pitch. Unfortunately, was left on base in the top half of the 5th inning.
Outside there on Gibbs. It is funny to me that the Aces go through the trouble of putting guys in their website roster as having numbers in the 80s, and then nobody on their team has numbers in the 80s.
Well, I mean, it's like they don't have enough jerseys almost, because they roster these guys and then they'll reuse the jersey numbers. That was
Of guys that maybe have left.
yeah,
But
they won't change it that like as quickly as needs be.
It's an odd thing. The Aces have always kind of confused me because the resources that they have in terms of roster building is the best in this league. Gibbs is going to hit that to center field. That's a base hit for Casey. But anyway, they have, the ability to go out and get all the talent in the world, and credit to them for that. I mean, they build a phenomenal team year in and year out. They were 30-game winners last season in the regular season, which is an unbelievable total. And much like we did last year, they still stream their games on Mixler. I mean, it's kind of a shame. I mean, the players are so much fun to watch on that team. Although, I do know guys, as McNally, by the way, wears that pitch, I do know guys who prefer to call games on the radio, David, than on TV.
Interesting.
I know a few guys that are like that, that if they had the decision, they would choose radio over a TV broadcast, for baseball in particular. And so I hope that that's the case for them.
You're not in trouble.
Anyway, 2-1 here for the Giants. Lackey takes inside. The Aces also have money for a merch store, by the way, behind us, where they've got hats, they've got shirts, they've got jerseys and stuff.
Going back to the jersey numbers thing, so Eddie Fry on the mound wearing 39, and on the roster, just so you guys, the listeners, viewers know, from Orlando, Florida, a senior from Rollins College, it's supposed to be Yanyita Zhang. Now, I don't know where Mr. Zhang is, but he is certainly not wearing number 39 anymore for the Aces. And I mean, they have, I believe, 8 total players that have numbers in the 80s.
And one of them is, it appears, another 87, Antonio Rios.
Yeah. I can't tell you.
Comes inside. They're loaded with one out, and the top of the order is due up. And one good swing by Kawashima makes this a whole new ball game with Aiden Robbins up next.
Yeah. I mean,
And no matter what, I think you really just want to see Aiden bat here. You cannot hit into a double play by any means if you're Massa. Pressure's on. Kawashima swings to the first pitch and fouls it back.
and again, the Aces bullpen completely silent. They're content with leaving Fry in there with their 7-run cushion.
Because he's pitched well. He got 4 outs. Remember, one of those runs was on an error. So, has not entirely been his fault, but right now with a hit by pitch and a walk, he's got to dig himself out of this hole. That'll miss. Now 2-1, and a walk here would make things really interesting.
There's one thing about Frank Manfield I don't like, and that's the bugs eating my legs alive. Ridiculous.
Kawashima takes strike 2. And you talk about A big pitch. How about this? If Kawashima finds a way to get a base hit here, the Giants are back into this game. If he strikes out, Giants in trouble. And he takes a ball, and now it's a full count. Well, leave it to the Giants to somehow find a way to make a game interesting when you least expect it, because they've done that yet again. Kawashima gets enough to stay alive.
Really good job, and I think if Kawashima had been up 3-1 or 3-0 in this at bat, he might have squared to bunt to try and get ball 4, but unable to do that in the full count. Really good job staying alive on that pitch.
What a huge at bat this is. Kawashima on the ground, it's foul. Got to have the rally cap on now. I mean, the Giants are in business. They've got them loaded.
And now there is action in the Aces bullpen. It's rostered as number 19, Alexander Brown.
Full count to Massa. And he foul tips it into the glove. That is a huge out for Fry.
And for the Giants, right fielder number 23, Adrian Robbins.
And now you have the man that I would say you would love to have here. I mean, doesn't get much better than this. Your RBI leader, your home run leader. Guy who has had the summer of dreams for the Giants in Aiden Robbins. He takes strike one. And it kind of feels like this at-bat is almost the Giants' last chance in a way, where if they come up empty here, they are in huge trouble. And Robbins would love to have that one back. A ball in the dirt he could not hold up, and now it's 0-2.
I mean, I think he wanted to have that first pitch back. It was very similar spot to the pitch he got in his last at-bat that led to that stand-up double.
Robbins looking for his third hit tonight. The 0-2. He takes. This time he does not offer, and everybody stays put. You do not want to make it out of the base paths with this man at the plate. I think that's the mentality from Casey Gibbs at third. And remember, you've got Powell up next, and we know he can do the job. So you're Robbins. A lot of pressure on you right now. 2 outs, but 3 on. And he fouls it back. And he just missed that one. It's 74. It's tough to time for a guy who's been pitching in the 90s all year long. Can Aiden Robbins come through like he has so many times for the Giants this summer? Stage is set for him. And he crushes it foul. Powell has to duck. And again, another one that Robbins just missed.
Yeah, just a little late on that pitch. 85, a lot quicker than what Fry's been throwing in this at-bat thus far.
And Robbins swings and misses. And Fry will leave them loaded. We'll be back here at the Giants Broadcast Network.
3 left. It's the middle of the 7th.
All right, come back.
Now batting for the Aces, shortstop number 28, J.P. Peltier.
Jonathan Peltier will stand in. Luke Pierre on the bump. Olympics starting soon at Paris. I'm sure he's rooting for France. Oh, it's crushed. In the air, right center, Robbins back, Robbins catches for 1 out.
Really good start for Pierre, who's now pitched 6 2/3, 9 strikeouts, 4 walks, 6 hits, and he's quietly been pretty good his last 4 appearances. In those 4 appearances, he's gone 4 1/3 combined, just giving up 1 earned run on July 6th against the T-Bolts.
Quinn Irons takes 0-1. Luke Pierre is another guy who could be maybe raising his hand for some playoff innings.
And the other thing, too, about Pierre is that 1 earned run against the T-Bolts back on July 6th, 3 out of his 4 walks were in that appearance. So that was nothing close to how he wanted to pitch. And right here, I mean, he's dealing.
He's given up all of his runs across 2 appearances. That's hit hard down the line and foul. But if you take those 2 out, he's had a phenomenal year. Doesn't give up many hits. He's given up just 2 outside of those 2 games. He has pitched in this his 7th. And he just misses outside there. So Luke Pierre, again, with an opportunity before him tonight. As he gets a punch out there on Quinn Irons. He goes fishing, he comes up empty, and a ball in the dirt at 67. How about that stuff, David, from Luke Pierre?
Really exceptional stuff. I mean, he wasn't, getting into necessarily a groove, but he was doing very well tempo-wise. And just as I said, that outing against the T-Bolts, not how he wanted to pitch, what it would have wanted to have pitched. And the last 2 appearances, now coming into this 3rd one consecutively, been really good.
That is his 10th strikeout this year, and he has not even finished 7 innings. How about that? I mean, that's pretty darn good. And as you said, 3 of his 4 walks came in 1 inning against the Crop Dusters in a blowout game against a really hot offense. On the ground, Barham White, the scoop, the throw, gets away. He just missed it. Would have been a great play. Plyler into second base. Throw wasn't horrible. It was on target, but the bounce confused Jacob Bunch, who is an outfielder by trade.
Yeah, I mean, Barham White did a really nice job at picking that one on the short hop. I mean, even for third basemen who are everyday hot corner starters, that's a tough play. And
Barham White's just fun to watch.
Yeah, Barham White having to make that throw on the run, not able to set his feet.
Comes inside on Harity. So an error there. That's the 5th of this game by Gaithersburg. McNally's going out to have a quick word here with Luke Pierre. Maybe tell him just settle down a little. He's been pitching well.
Yeah, 3 out of his last 4 pitches, balls, and haven't necessarily been close misses.
But the other pitch should have ended this inning. Contact-wise, I know it was a really tough play, but if not for that hop, I think it would have ended the inning.
Yeah.
Barham White had to throw on the run and rush, which is something, especially the on the run part, a catcher does not need to worry about having to do. That gets away from McNally, and he will run that one down. But again, if you're Pierre, you got to focus the man at the plate.
And Harity trying to argue that hit his back foot. Home plate umpire does not agree. Harity will have to step back in.
Well, instead he's got a chance at an RBI. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that shows you what, like, he cares more about on-base percentage than RBI. No swing and miss there. I mean, it's interesting, right? Because, you know, if you do take that hit by pitch, on-base percentage is very important, and
Yeah.
it does go up. And the RBI is not guaranteed.
Harity also has an interesting stance. He gets really low.
Fouls that one away.
A lot lower than
Yeah, he's got his
most
legs
guys.
wide.
Yeah.
And you're right, he does get down. It is kind of cool, you know, over the course of the summer to see all the guys with their different approaches and that there's not one right way to hit a baseball. And Harity doesn't hit it there. Punch out for Pierre. That's a great inning from him.
Runs on no hits and one
And we will step away here on the Giants Broadcast Network. New pitcher coming in for the Aces when we come back. Levy.
All right.
Without further, the Giants. Second baseman number 19, Brady Powell.
Brady Powell stands in. Giants made a little bit of noise in that last half inning. Well, guess 2 half innings to go now.
Alexander Brown now on the mound for the Aces. He's had a pretty up and down summer.
That's it well in the air, left field, and Brady Powell has one off the wall. He's in the second base, having a leadoff double as his hot summer continues.
I mean, what a way to get this inning started and set the tone. That one low out of the strike zone, but Powell able to drive that one 335 feet. And if the fence was, I would say, 6 feet instead of 12, it looks like that one might have been gone.
Now Barn White takes strike one.
It was off the, I'd say, the top of the fence.
I mean, he got a great piece.
Yeah.
Just missed the scoreboard. And I mean just. I thought it was headed for it. And White, who has been, I would say, kind of unlucky at the plate tonight, it seems, is down 0-2. He's had a lot of close pitches called against him. And he's found himself in holes. But he will pop that one into right. That falls in. Powell sent home. He's on his horse. No slide. Another run, and the Giants make it a 6-run game with nobody out. How about the speed there for Powell as he comes home from second on a single. I have loved what he has given this team over the course of this summer. And now you have a guy in Bunch who could make this 9-5 with one swing.
Yeah, and Barham White just slapping that one into right field. I mean, it barely made it there.
Bunch crushes it. That one's off the wall. And Barham White is going to be sent home. He is going to score. Into third is Bunch. He is safe. Ball gets away. An RBI triple for Bunch. Here come the Giants.
I mean, you wanted excitement, and now you're getting it.
Better late than never.
Jacob Bunch showing off the speed there, getting all the way to third base. It was a close play on the relay, but the throw ultimately getting away from Michael Powell at third.
And how about Barham White scoring from first base? I didn't know he had that speed. Now Brown takes low. And the Gaithersburg Giants. What 3 letters are on their back?
GNQ.
That would be Giants never quit. They're not quitting tonight. Brown takes outside, and it's 2-0, David. And if he could get on, then it's Giants legend Casey Gibbs. Brown on the ground off the pitcher. If he hustles, he's there. He is. Another run scores, and it's 9-5. The hustle from Jacob Bunch as he comes home. And the Giants are really in business now. An arm already warming in the Aces pen. I wonder if this is a conversation or if this is a change.
Yeah, 4 straight hits now for the Giants. 3 runs plated, still nobody out. And I mean, the errors are the big difference just looking at the scoreboard. 9 hits to 5 in favor of the Giants, but 5 errors to 2, and it's 9-5 total. It's errors and walks
but it's
yet
the
again.
guys who have had the errors that have come through.
I know.
That's the cool thing about this. I mean, especially Bunch, who has 2 of them. He just had a triple and scored. I don't think the Giants know how to play a game that isn't entertaining. And just when you think, last inning they load them up, they don't score. They are showing you right now why you can't count them out. That's a tough bounce, and it's dropped. Gibbs is safe at first. It could have been a double play. Instead, everybody's safe, and there's still nobody out. The Giants of Gaithersburg.
Catcher number 45.
All the shenanigans right now. And the tying run is on deck.
Michael Powell there at third base for the Aces, having a tough time in this inning.
McNally takes a bouncer 1-0. There is still nobody out. And if the Giants can find a way to win this one, it'd be one that's talked about for a very long time. 1-0. McNally takes, and that is dropped. Gibbs has to get back to first because Brown stayed put. And I don't mind that. I think that's a real short throw for Kalk to make at third base. He's already caught a man stealing today.
Yeah, Kalk would have had all the momentum going towards third base based on where that ball got away. So I think a good decision by Jaden Brown to hold up at second.
McNally gets a piece. He fouls it back 2-1.
Yeah, up 2-0. Maybe you would want to see what Brown has to give you after he's struggled, but that one 80 right down the pipe. McNally, being a hitter, having to try to put something on that.
2-1. McNally pops it up. Giants hoping this gets out of play, and it will. At bat continues for McNally 2-2.
And with 5 consecutive base runners for this Giants offense. There is action in the Aces bullpen. It's Dylan Young, rising sophomore at Johnson and Wales.
Again, I think the Giants still need 2 more runs in this inning. 2-2, McNally, another foul ball.
Yeah, that pitch low and out of the zone, but that pitch in a very similar location as the double that Powell got and the single that Barham White was able to get.
And if it's anywhere close, you got to swing with 2 strikes. He takes there. That's close. He doesn't swing, and he gets the call. And it's a full count, and you don't want the bases loaded for Leighton Lackey. He's got a grand slam already this year. And a grand slam here would tie the game. He's going to get a shot at it. Oh, boy. Don't count out the Giants. Tying run is at the plate at a game that was once 9-0.
The Giants center fielder number 0, Leighton Lackey.
And the Giants dugout is starting to come alive again.
Aces manager Chris Brissett staying put for now.
Lackey takes low. And a walk would bring up Massa as the go-ahead run. Just a base hit here would be so huge. And Lackey in the air, right center field. It is caught. He just missed tying it, but he brings another run home. And it's 9-6. Again, he just missed, and I mean just missed a grand slam, or at least driving in 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, it's a really good job by Tim Nicholson in right field to flag that one down. 82 right down the middle. Leighton Lackey being a D1 hitter, putting a barrel on that one, 90 miles an hour, going 315, and just couldn't quite get enough of it to get out of the reach of Nicholson.
Kawashima trying his best to get Aiden Robbins an at-bat here. And it's a 1-1 count. How about the fight in the Giants? H.A. Martin tuning in. Kawashima gets just a piece. And he's trying to avoid a strikeout in back-to-back ABs. Encouragement from Aiden Robbins to the on-deck circle. Kawashima has come through in a few big spots for the Giants over the course of this summer. Now would be a big one. He takes inside, and this count is even.
That one nearly hitting Massa.
You knew it just could not end the way that this game started. 2-2. Kawashima gets enough to stay alive. And again, if Kawashima finds a way on, that brings up Aiden Robbins, who's seeing everybody around him hit grand slams. I know he wants one. And that would be the go-ahead run if he finds a way to get it up and out. Kawashima takes. It's a full count. Whew. How fun has this summer been? Unbelievable. Runner's going. That's a ball. The throwdown doesn't matter unless if it got into the outfield. And they are loaded for Aiden Robbins, who will get a crack at it with the bases juiced for the second straight inning. This time he can give the Giants the lead, a pitching change. And the at-bat when we come. Welcome back to Alexandria, and if you're just joining us after watching the beginning of this game, it was 9-0 Aces. It's 9-6 now, and the go-ahead run is at the plate for the Giants in the form of Aiden Robbins. A.J. Martin, who's tuned in right now, is tied with Aiden in homers. And if Aiden can find a way to get one out right now, I'm sure that A.J. would not be complaining.
It's Dylan Young on the mound for the Aces, who his last outing, 3 runs but none earned across 2 innings pitched on July 16th. Before that, he had 2 weeks off, going back to July 2nd against the Crop Dusters.
Robbins' first pitch swinging, he will tip it into the glove of Kalk.
And Young looks like one of your little Orioles clones you guys have going on. He just has longer hair, but...
A little bit of lettuce. 0-1. Robbins goes low and comes up empty. And he's now down 0-2.
Yeah, Dylan Young didn't hit the 80s in this at-bat yet or while he was warming up. But his off-speed has a lot of movement to it, as we just saw there.
Robbins takes low and just misses. And it's Brady Powell up next, who started this inning with a huge double off the left field wall. Robbins trying to do it himself. 1-2. Robbins holds. And I wonder if Young is aware of Robbins and the summer that he has had.
I mean, if you're the pitcher in this spot, you just got to do what you need to do to get out of it.
You don't want this count to go full if you're Young. And it won't there, a foul ball.
It's a good job for staying alive by Aiden Robbins.
Well, again, Robbins struck out with them loaded last inning. He's gotten a second chance, which is something that's so rare in sports. Can he make the most of it? No. Strikeout victim again, and now Brady Powell is going to take the biggest at-bat of the night for the Giants.
Yeah, that was the fastest pitch Young has thrown all night, 82. And that was going to be a strike either way, so Robbins just unable to get a bat head on it.
9th strikeout this summer for Young.
Let's go Pickles!
And now it's Powell. Powell swings way ahead of that one. And I don't know what has gotten into Young, but night and day between what he's had tonight, but between that and the games previous. Bouncer there, though, 1-1. Barm White, who had a nice RBI piece of hitting earlier in this inning on deck.
I mean, for Dylan Young on the mound, he's completed at least an inning in every single one of his outings thus far. And 3 of those outings were indeed starts. But it's just going more than 1 inning that's been the issue in some outings.
That hits him! And that's another run on the board for the Giants. Not how they drew it up, but it's 9-7, and the tying run is on second base for Barham White.
For the Giants, third baseman,
How about this inning?
Barham White.
An RBI hit by pitch for Brady Powell. And Barham White, who's already got an RBI single in this inning, if he does it again, it's 9-9 with the speed of Kawashima on second. He swings at the first pitch, he pops it up foul.
I mean, no surprise there. Barham White's swinging on that pitch. Young's throwing that same first pitch now 3 times in a row.
Again, just a base hit. Giants don't need a homer here from White, although they wouldn't complain. He takes inside, 1-1. 2 runs in the 6th, then they leave them loaded in the 7th. And somehow they've plated 5 here in the 8th. And they're looking for more. 1-1. White swings and misses at 73. And again, if you're the Giants, you've got them loaded. You want to try to at least get one more, because you're not guaranteed to get as good of an opportunity as this in the ninth. 1-2. White takes. Strike 3 called. And the Giants leave them loaded.
5 runs on 4 hits and 30 left. Middle of the
And we will step away here on the Giants Broadcast Network. But Gaithersburg has made this a game and a real good one. 7-9 here on the Giants Broadcast Network.
You ready?
Giants have struck out now 4 times in the last 2 innings with the bases loaded. And I think that stat right there is the reason why the Giants are still down in this game, because they have created plenty of chances for themselves.
Yeah, 7 runners left on base that were in scoring position. And again, it's those errors. It's now 5-3 in terms of errors, which is why I think the game has gotten so close.
And we'll just miss there by Aiden Gonzalez. And what a summer he has had. 1.19 ERA out of the Giants bullpen. He was an all-star. And the all-star game was pretty much the only game that he did not pitch well in.
Yeah,
He gave up 2 earned runs in back-to-back appearances, but in both of those appearances, he earned the win. He also gave up a run against the Grays, but that is 3 of his 15 games where he has given up a run, and in only 1 appearance this year has he given up more than 1, and again, that being the All-Star game. That's a 4-pitch walk on 4 tight calls from Gonzalez to Hankerson.
Yeah, it's really rare misses by Gonzalez, especially consecutively. Gonzalez, 22 2/3 innings pitched coming in tonight. 23 strikeouts to now 9 walks, 12 hits given up. He was an all-star for a reason. He has a sidearm release, and he'll finish square to the plate, as you'll see.
And the Giants are going to look for this guy to pitch, I would think, at least twice in the CS, no matter how many games it goes.
Yeah, his whip sits at now .9 with that walk.
Popped up, left side, out of play. And it's quickly 0-2 here to Max Kalk. I would say, the top arm out of the Giants pen this year, and I don't think it's close. There have been guys who've gotten bigger outs in bigger spots, but none who have been nearly as consistent as Aiden Gonzalez as he gets a punch out there. I think Sandoff has probably gotten the biggest out of the season for the Giants in that punch out in that game against Bethesda.
Yeah, and that's a really good response by Gonzalez, showing the mental toughness he has. I mean, 4-pitch walk followed up by a 3-pitch strikeout.
That's what he does. His 24th punch out this summer. Michael Powell takes 0-1. Giants trying to hold this score right here. They have threatened it each of the last 3 innings, and they are just 2 runs away from tying it. It's Checo first to Bunch, who is due up first in the next inning. It will go Bunch, then Jaden, then Casey. Unless if Will Burgess somehow finds an AB. But I don't know, we'll see. It looks like Will Burgess will be taking an at-bat. Swing and miss there by Powell.
Back-to-back 3-pitch strikeouts. First one looking, that one swinging. Now there's 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th. And just exceptional response by Gonzalez on the mound. You may not get the pitch location that you want in the first at-bat, and you respond with that.
Nicholson off the ice cream truck. 0-1. And I get credit to Aiden. He could have been here tonight, but instead choosing to go on that visit so that he can play on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So a team guy, A.J. Martin, putting the team over his streak. Bouncer to first. Bunch makes the play this time. He's due up first when we come back. In the top half of the 9th, can the Giants get 2 before the Aces get 3 outs on the Giants Broadcast Network?
Stuff now. All right, we'll come back.
Welcome back to Alexandria. Giants need 2 runs before the Aces get 3 outs. Jacob Bunch at the plate. Jacob Bunch can't hold up. And it looks like Will Burgess is going to hit for Casey Gibbs. Jaden Brown is on deck. 0-1, here to Bunch. Bunch takes outside, and that gets away. Nobody on, so it doesn't matter.
And going back to what I said in the 5th inning was, they were down 9-0. Forget about the first half of the game and focus on winning the second half. And The Giants have certainly done that. So no matter what the final result will be tonight, the Giants have certainly gotten the final punch in to this game.
2-1 count now to Bunch. Who leads off this 9th inning. Giants down by 2. Bunch takes low again. That's 3 straight balls after a ball in the dirt that Bunch could not hold up on. And Dylan Young has not yet found the zone. Can he hear? Yes, he can, and Bunch fouls it away. He just missed it. And actually, that would have been called a ball, says the ump, as Bunch asked. Ump says, yes, it was just outside. And the TrackMan agrees with the ump. But it was close enough they had to swing. And he'll swing here and hit it in the left. The tying run will bat here in the 9th. Bunch has done his job.
That is a great piece of hitting by Jacob Bunch. Not the fastest off the bat, but it just found the gap between third base and shortstop. And Michael Powell not having the best day at third base these last couple innings.
Check on first. Oh, it was close. It was real close. And Bunch has a smile. He may have just gotten away with one there.
I think he definitely did, but Dylan Young on the mound, got to be careful of a balk there. He looked both ways, didn't make it entirely clear on which way he was throwing that ball.
Inside there on Brown.
And number 32 is warming up in the Aces bullpen, but once again, 32 not rostered as a pitcher.
Bunch had almost no lead there and just a step back. Want to know to Brown. What is Young's leash, you wonder, as the count goes to 2-0?
I mean, I think we could gauge the leash depending on who, if we could find out who was warming up for the Aces, but 32 again, not on their roster.
Swing there at a pitch that's clipping the high inside corner. Would have been a strike. Brown, the game's tying run at the plate right now. He takes outside. And a walk would put the tying run on base. Aces trying to close this thing out. Fouled right into the ump who doesn't budge.
Yeah, the home plate umpire completely ate that foul ball. And didn't even move a muscle.
Respect to him for that. So it's a full count now. And the Giants have been the victim of many a big strikeout tonight. Brown is trying to avoid one here. And he can't. He swings and misses. Aces 2 outs away.
Now batting for the Giants.
Yeah, 82 on the outside part of the plate for Brown.
Burgess.
That one, painting the black there, probably would have been a called strike. Really good pitch from Dylan Young.
Will Burgess pinch hitting. He takes strike 1. How tough is it if you're Burgess coming in off the bench here in the 9th, where you're fresh? I mean, you have not seen anything today. He takes another strike. Both of those have, according to TrackMan, missed outside and maybe a little low, but Burgess does not get the call on either one, and now he's got to swing here. Ace's pen coming alive. That one will miss. And Burgess with a 1-2 count. 1 on. Trying to give McNally a chance to be the hero.
Burgess has found his swing late in this season. Let's see if he can come through late in the game.
No. And it's all down to Ethan McNally. Well, the Giants last year lost 24 games, and they are 1 win away from 24 wins this time around. Unbelievable turnaround. And they are locked into their spot in the playoffs, their first ever division title. But do they have one last miracle in them here in the regular season? McNally takes, gets away. Bunch will ease into second. A run that at this point does not matter. And it's 1-0. Hockey in the 9th spot on deck. And he just missed a grand slam that would have tied the game in his last AB. 1-0. McNally swings and misses. And the Aces are 2 strikes away from what is essentially an undisputed regular season title, their second in a row. A win tonight for the Giants would have them with the same record, and the Aces would get the nod on the head-to-head tiebreaker. That will just miss outside, 2-1.
McNally 1 for 2 today. Got hit by a pitch and then walked his last time up. He's made it to second 3 times, made it to third 1 of those 3 times.
2-1. McNally takes. That's a strike. And the ump has been calling pitches that side of the plate, the side which is the inside for McNally all night. The Aces a strike away from their 25th win. Not there. How close is that? McNally gets the call on a pitch outside, and it's a full count with 2 outs. Fans clapping. Bullpen joining them. Can Young shut the door on the Giants? Not there. A foul ball by McNally. We'll keep this game going. Full count again. He got him this time, and the Aces win. They will head into the playoffs, the only team with 25 wins. The Giants made this a great game. It was 9-0, it ends 9-7. Missed opportunities, punch-outs being the culprit, and 5 errors do the Giants in tonight.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of self-inflicted wounds, but, you know, the Aces do come out with the win officially, but the Giants did a phenomenal job of forgetting the first 4 innings. You're down 9-0, you could choose to quit, or you can choose to find a way to claw back and at least gain some momentum heading into the postseason, which I'm sure will be very exciting.
And it may be a matchup between these 2 teams for the title. They could both take care of business in the CS, and I really hope that they do, because if not, this is my final farewell. And if it is, these 57 games with you on the Giants Broadcast Network have been